Well, thanks so much for joining us here on 13 News at noon. I'm Karen Campbell. Right now, we are learning more about a fatal car crash along I-74 in Boone County. Now, we know that a 27-year-old woman and 2 children were killed in that crash. It happened around 6:30 this morning near Jamestown. That's just 30 miles northwest of Indianapolis. Authorities at the scene tell us a Kia Soul was heading east on I-74 when it rear-ended a semi-truck. The car crossed the median and ran head-on into a pickup truck before crashing into a ditch. Ashley Morgan of Iowa, 2 children inside that Kia were pronounced dead at the scene. Another child in the Kia was taken to a hospital. The 33-year-old driver and passenger in the pickup truck were also taken to hospitals. Right now, we're working to learn their conditions.
Yes, this is a very difficult situation to come to in the morning, especially this early in the morning. Wasn't really expecting this is how most of us are going to start our day. However, we're trying our best to make sure that the investigation goes smoothly.
And the semi-truck driver was all right following that crash. He was taken to a hospital for evaluation. Of course, this investigation is ongoing. We will continue to update you on air and online at WTHR.com. All right, now we are turning to a weekend weather system that is moving in on us. Sean is here to break down what are we going to be looking at.
Yeah, and it's not a big one. It's going to impact outdoor plans, and there's just a slight chance overnight, early tomorrow morning, maybe a little freezing drizzle, a few icy patches. Possibility. I don't think it's going to be as bad as we had the other night.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I just want folks to be aware of that. But hey, how about we enjoy some sunshine first before we get to that weather system? Certainly a welcome sight after the gray that we had that was hanging tough yesterday. But we're at 31 now here in Indy, 30 Carmel. You see the blue sky, little mid-level cloud cover. It will be dry. So if you want to get some outdoor stuff done, you're in good shape for today. Seasonably chilly, although we do make it close to about 40 degrees here. A little cloud cover north. We got a little more cloud cover to the south and southwest. And you can see the temperatures here ranging from 28 Lafayette, 34 here in Bloomington, and 35 this hour in Bedford. Beautiful shot as we look south here. The wind, not much of a player right now. I do want to point your attention to the clouds down to our southwest. See a little pink showing up too. So little patchy freezing drizzle, a possibility overnight into tomorrow morning for a few hours. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. You probably should at least monitor the road conditions. Keep an eye on the clock here. So here's tomorrow morning, temperatures hovering around the mid-30s. And then by the middle part of the day, here comes a little increased shower action, and some of that may mix with some sleet as well. So a raw Saturday, back to more dry conditions as we go into Sunday, and then an active pattern next week, all ahead in the 7-day forecast.
All right, thanks, Sean. A man and woman are now recovering after being rescued from a house fire on Indy's near South Side. This happened around 2:30 this morning along East Garfield Drive. That's just north of Garfield Park. Crews tell us when they got to the scene, they found a man and woman on a rooftop. Both went to a hospital with minor injuries. They are expected to be okay. The blaze resulted in $60,000 worth of damages. The cause of this fire still under investigation. Right now, we are hearing from the man who jumped into action to help a family involved in a crash on US 40 and Ronald Reagan Parkway. Now, we've been following this story all week. This happened when police were trying to pull the car over. The driver took off, slamming into an SUV at full speed. Shadow Moore was in that SUV with his kids when the car burst into flames. Moore narrowly escaped. The witness, Tony from Columbus, and a police officer jumped in to rescue 3-year-old Aries, whose car seat and clothes caught fire. Moore's 2-month-old daughter, Iris, tragically died in that crash. Moore is now out of the hospital but has several injuries. Plainfield police have not yet identified the suspect, but they did arrest a man for auto theft on Wednesday. That may explain how this incident started. We are waiting to hear if that suspect will face any charges. Well, new dashcam video is showing a state police chase ending in a deadly shooting. This happened last November when state troopers say a woman wanted for a deadly shooting in Cincinnati was spotted along I-65 in Clinton County. Police say they tried pulling her over, but she refused to stop, leading troopers on a pursuit. Dashcam video shows the suspect leading troopers off the interstate to a nearby gas station. And that's when police realized she had a gun in the car. After a few minutes, dashcam video shows the chase leading on to State Road 28, where the situation escalated.
You know, if she stopped right now.
We've paused the video here, but seconds later, police say the woman fired a shot from the driver's side window and police returned fire. As more officers arrived on the scene, police are heard discussing concerns about the suspect's tinted windows, not knowing if she was still armed inside. An armored car was brought in to secure the scene. The suspect, 42-year-old Terea Brown, died. No officers were injured. The two troopers who fired their guns are on administrative leave. This afternoon, we are learning that a mother accused of killing her son, putting his body in a suitcase, is competent to stand trial. Dejon Anderson's doctor at Logansport State Hospital reported this to a Washington County judge. The judge ordered Anderson to get psychiatric treatment back in August after two doctors found her unable to stand trial. Now, she is accused of killing her son, Cairo Jordan, and hiding his body in a suitcase dumped in a rural wooded area of Washington County back in 2022. Anderson is expected back in court next week to set a trial date. An Indiana man telling us he's worried about job security after President Trump's efforts to reshape the federal workforce. Now, one of those changes means bringing federal workers back to the office. The man says working in an office every day is impossible due to a brain injury. So we are keeping his identity anonymous for his own protection. He is one of 2 million government workers being pressured by a buyout spearheaded by President Trump and the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk. He says he and other workers are receiving emails day and night pressuring them to leave.
Basically saying, take this deal or else. Well, I don't even know if this deal is legal. And I keep getting emails that say, oh, this is totally legal. They're riddled with grammatical errors and spelling mistakes, and it's just extremely unprofessional behavior.
And the man tells us he plans on leaving his job eventually, saying that he no longer feels safe.